I'm Narelle Todd.
And I'm Essie Susan Smith.
We are the self-publishing author and marketing duo that has sold over 2 million books. But we didn't start out knowing how to sell books. Fast forward past many failed promotions and a lot of lessons learned, you will see how we went from self-publishing newbies to hitting the New York Times bestsellers list and making the USA Today bestsellers list 19 times and counting. We created the Get My Book Out There podcast to give you simple yet effective marketing strategies to increase readership and book sales, so you know what to do, when to do it, and how to do it, as well as some tips for staying mentally and physically well.
Let's get started.
And we're coming to you today talking about the 3 must-have or the 3 ultimate tools or apps that you can use for your author business. So if you were only allowed to have 3 things, these are the 3 that we think would make our list, and we would love to hear what would make your list. So, pop a note in the comments and let us know. So first off for me is Publisher Rocket. I think this is one of the best tools out there. It does all sorts of things. So, you can get your keywords. It's based on Amazon, but you can certainly use those keywords and not so much the categories, but definitely keywords. You can use those even as ideas for your SEO, so for your website, for use in other vendors if you're wide. It also does categories in Amazon, and you can find some really good categories to pop your books into. And I think one of the other things it does is allows you to kind of experiment with tropes. So if you've ever seen, the tropes that come up with, billionaire baby, shapeshifter, so
Hiker,
really all
dude.
Yes. So all they've done is combined a number of different tropes or categories together, and that way they can kind of spread themselves across different categories, which of course, the potential is that you get in front of other eyes who are necessary. Yeah. So I just love Publisher Rocket. I think it's easy to use. It gives you some really great data. I think while, you and I tend to work from our gut a lot, we also respect data, and I'll go into Publisher Rocket quite often and just look at different things, and it also is a way to also twig some marketing ideas, because you go, I haven't thought of doing that, or you might see trends that are appearing, and you can then go, okay, well, I know that maybe at the moment I should be pushing these kind of books rather than these ones, because this is what people are looking for over here rather than these ones. So it gives you ideas around that as well.
For me, it also helps me kind of know, maybe I'm writing in the right genre, but maybe I'm not picking out the right keywords that I should be using, or looking at it at the same way that the reader might. And so also, if you have that gut feeling that this is a great genre to write in, or it is the genre that you're writing in, so how can I make it even better? It's another way to kind of back up what you're doing, that gut feeling, with the data to help solidify what you're doing.
Yes. And of course, for a lot of authors who write to market, they literally use something like Publisher Rocket to have a look and see what is going on in the market, so that they then creating stories to keep pace with the market. So a couple of different ways that you can use it, but Publisher Rocket's up there for me.
Yes.
How about for you, Susan? What's one for you?
For me, especially being an author, it has to do with formatting. And so Atticus and Vellum are 2 great software programs or apps that you can use for formatting the books, both paperback and ebook, so that it's just so much more elegant and very easy to update. So if you have, oh my God, there's a mistake, instead of having to re-upload the whole thing, you can just make that one little change in the file and keep your back matter updated by, just slipping in and out of the files. So when you're looking at your presentation, which is all part of the marketing, you're wanting to put out the best, most elegant book that you can. And both of these are fabulous for formatting your books, and they work one on Windows, one on Mac, so that you can use them and then just really get your book out there, so that it does have, especially if you're an indie author, it has that same class, or sometimes even better than some of the traditional published books that you see now.
Yes. And it gives you the ability to do the different format sizes. So
Yes.
you can do things like, say, you've got your ebook, but then if you wanted to change something into a paperback, for example, it's easy to do that within the program.
Another thing I like about it is that you have the different formats so that you can actually see what it looked like on an e-reader or a tablet or whatever, a laptop if you're using that. But it also has it so that if you're doing the formatting, like you said, certain companies have little tweaks to it, and it can be a royal pain. So, like, for example, if you're uploading to Google Play and to Apple, both of them use an EPUB file, and it used to be frustrating trying to get one to work and then the other one to work. You would have to have two different files. Well, you don't now with using the Vellum, which is the one I use primarily right now. You put it in and you know it's going to work. And I think that's one of the joys is it's going to work every single time. And there's not any of those, oh, I'm pulling my hair out because it's got this, that, or the other that's not working.
Yes. One of the main things to look at with tools is something that's going to help you get your book out there as quick as you can, and that it's easy to use and it reduces frustration. So yes, you could use, say, a free app or a free piece of software to create it, to create your file. But I think also at the same time, you would then spend, if you timed or if you charged for your time in the frustration, in the redos of things all the time, you'll soon find that using the free things is not necessarily free at all. So actually, it's worth it to pay. I think.
Another thing is like I said, when you need to do an update, like if you're updating your back matter, and you may not do it every single book, but like every third or fourth book that you're putting out, you want to update the back matter for every single book. And you don't want to have to constantly be redoing every single file. This is just real easy. Just copy and paste it in there and bam, it's in there. So it'll update it, and then you've got that new file that for you to distribute. So before, it's like copy, paste. Is it going to copy and paste right? Is it going to have the same margins? Is it going to have the same spacing? Is it going to put in hidden characters that you don't see, but that it's in the HTML code, which we were dealing with the other day on a separate issue. And it could be very, very frustrating because you're looking through all of this and it was like, okay, here's an hour of your time gone. And one of the points that you made is your time is valuable. It's worth a dollar amount. So that hour that you've spent here, and if it's me working on it and my assistant working on it, that's 2 hours combined. So you're looking at, hundreds of dollars lost during that time period.
And if we go back to your primary role as an author in your business is actually to be creating product. So, and by that is by writing books and getting them out. So whatever tools you need to pay for in order to get you to do that more productively and more consistently and regularly is worth every bit of money you're going to pay for it. So for those who are thinking, oh, I don't want to buy, you are going to pay in one way or another. So it could be your time and frustration, which means you're not actually getting the writing time, which means you're not getting the books out on time, or they're not at a quality you want them to be. So yes, just think about that. It's one of those things of, do you pay an outright cost or the hidden cost side of things? And hidden costs ultimately add up to way more than what the price of a piece of software does. Definitely.
None of what we're sharing today actually costs that much.
No.
So it's an actual investment in your business.
Yes.
And it's, definitely worth the investment if you want to make your business, if you want to be at a professional level, if you want to run it as a business, then this is some of the things you need to consider.
Yes. Yeah. And both Publisher Rocket and Vellum, and I think Atticus, are just one-time buys.
Yes.
So, and you get the updates usually for, most of the time it's for free. So that one-time fee, definitely worth it.
And I'm one of those that I love to look for coupons. So don't be afraid to look for coupons to see if they have a discount code, because sometimes you can get it and, find a discount, and when you go to purchase it, you can stick that discount code in there and get it for a little bit less. So that always helps the budget too. And you feel like, yay.
We don't do coupons much in Australia, and I must say that I forget those things all the time. I have to make a note because I don't even
I
think of
mean,
it. And I'm like, oh, I could have made a saving.
well, I know for me, I write in Word. So I like to have Microsoft Office. So I bought the actual Office. And if you go to their site, they want like $499 for it. But you can get the licenses where you purchase the licenses because people buy stock, huge amounts of them. And I got Office Professional for like $29 or something like that. And it came
Wow.
with PowerPoint and, Excel and the Word, and I have it actually downloaded on my computer, so I don't have to worry about, the 365, which is on the cloud. So I've got it all there. So looking for those coupons really makes a big difference.
Well,
I'm a
I'll go.
thrifty
Oh,
shopper.
yes. I need to go coupon looking, which we can do. I can do with the third item, which I have, and that's your phone. Get a really good phone. My phone of choice is an iPhone. Look, I think technology-wise, phones are the same. Oh, nice cover. Phones are the same, but it's really about the added security and the fact that Apple check the apps that I prefer. So I go with Apple, but it doesn't really matter what phone you go with. The thing with the phone is it then gives you mobile access or access anywhere you are. So, you can work wherever you are. You can get onto social media. You can do anything. So in effect, you could do your marketing side of things just from your phone. Writing, not so much, I don't think, but definitely your marketing side of things you can do with your phone. And some of the apps out there are just amazing to create really quick videos, so you can throw them all over social media. It gives you all that capability. There's good scheduling apps, which once again you just pop that video or post in, and it will put it across all the social media, so you're covered yourself everywhere for that. So investing in a really good quality phone and keeping that up to date is my third choice for the must-have.
A few things. I have to laugh because like my phone, it's like glued to my hand. My husband laughs about it, but we're planning on going on a hike this summer, and I actually have a keyboard that my phone will sit on, and using Word, because you can get Word for free, or you can get the Office 365 if that's what you use. But you can actually write on your phone. So I'm going to be in the middle of the woods, but I'll have that access to where I can still be writing while I'm in the middle of the woods. And the other thing I have to laugh about when you were talking about all the different things is, do you remember that time where my website started having a hiccup? We were on the Silver River with alligators and you were in a kayak.
I remember that. Yes, your website was, yes, we were kayaking. You convinced me somehow that this river was okay. We get there, we're going down, and there's alligators everywhere, and you could see the bottom of the river. So it was literally crystal clear, and I think that made it worse when you could see them underneath you. It was just like, oh my God, my mother is going to kill you if I get taken. Because in Australia, our saltwater crocodiles is something you just do not go anywhere near. They will bite you and chomp on you and kill you as soon as look at you. And
so
yes.
Narelle is here in the kayak, going with the current a little bit, trying to working on her phone on my website. And there's like this 9-foot gator that comes up and just goes right down underneath her kayak. And she's just like, oh my God. She says, my mother's going to kill you.
Yeah,
So
I don't know what was worse that day. Yeah, the website getting hacked, which we fixed. We were able to do that out on, as you say, out enjoying, enjoying, the kayaking on the river and stuff. But we were able to do that with a phone. Obviously, we had internet access, and we could stop what was going on and get it fixed quite quickly, actually, which was really cool. But once again, just with a good phone, obviously an internet connection, and right apps.
I'm taking photos with my phone so I could put it on social media of her face as this big alligator is swimming underneath her.
And I'm just going, oh my gosh, I don't know what's worse, the alligator or the fact your website got hacked. And I think by that stage I was like, okay, the alligators. Oh, yes, thank you for that experience. That's a one and done for that one. Never again.
So we
Okay.
had 3 great tools
Yeah.
for you.
Yes, yeah. So whatever your 3 are, let us know in the comments below. Share any links that you may have. I'll pop a comment in there for the keyboard that Susan was talking about for your phone. I went and bought one as well after Susan was telling me and showed me hers, and it's just brilliant. I've used it a few times when I've been out and about. Because sometimes you're not able to. I usually speak my messages and stuff like that, but sometimes you're not in a place where you can do that. So I found this nifty little keyboard a real boon on several occasions.
Especially
We'll
if you're
pop
trying to
those links.
actually write a actual story, and it's a full-size keyboard for you, but it folds up really, really small.
Yes, yeah.
So it's
so
nice
good.
having that, so that you can actually do something. And if you can't be wherever you're at, where you're speaking, or you don't want to have to sit there and go like this, then you can actually type. So
Yes.
all great stuff for you.
Absolutely. So pop
Hope you
what
enjoyed
your
it.
3 are in the comments. We can't wait to see what you come up with as well. Right, thanks everyone. Bye.
Thanks everyone. Bye.
Hey, thanks for joining us today. We've got way more information we want to share with you to increase your book sales. So please come and join me at facebook.com. Get my book out there.